Hey guys, it's Whiskey. Welcome to Palm Tree Elegy. It's Friday. Well, it's Friday the day I'm recording it. I don't know which day you're going to be watching it, but it's Friday and we have a new poem today. It's by Edgar Guest from his book Heap o' Livin', and it was written in 1916. He's a British American poet, and I actually, everything I've found about his poetry so far, I've absolutely loved. I don't know why I've never heard of him before, but I know that we're going to look into him more, and I encourage you to look him up yourself too, and to look up YouTube videos where they're read in other spoken word, because they're just phenomenal. I'll do the same thing I do with the last ones, and we'll read through the poem and then we'll go through and explain it in modern day terms and how it affects us and applies to us and myself in modern day life. Can't. Can't is the worst word that's written or spoken, doing more harm here than slander and lies. On it is many a strong spirit broken, and with it many a good purpose dies. It springs from the lips of the thoughtless each morning, and robs us of courage we need through the day. It rings in our ears like a timely sent warning, and laughs when we falter and fall by the way. Can't is the father of feeble endeavor, the parent of terror and half-hearted work. It weakens the efforts of artisans clever, and makes of the toiler an indolent shirk. It poisons the soul of the man with a vision. It stifles in infancy many a plan. It greets honest toiling with open derision, and mocks at the hopes and the dreams of a man. Can't is the word none should speak without blushing. To utter it should be a symbol of shame. Ambition and courage it daily is crushing. It blights a man's purpose and shortens his aim. Despite it with all of your hatred of error, refuse it the lodgment it seeks in your brain. Arm against it as a creature of terror, and all that you dream of you someday shall gain. Can't is the word that is foe to ambition, an enemy ambushed to shatter your will. Its prey is forever the man with a mission, and bows but to courage and patience and skill. Hate it with hatred that's deep and undying, for once it is welcomed 'twill break any man. Whatever the goal you are seeking, keep trying, and answer this demon by saying, I can. I love this poem. I absolutely love it. It's not too far off. It's only a little over 100 years old, and it's in modern English the way it's written. So it's pretty easy to understand, but I still want to put it in relevant terms. Y'all, I'm in my studio because it's too hot outside. It's still warm in here because I've turned the air off so that it doesn't interfere with my microphone. So if you see a little perspiration, I do apologize. We're just keeping it real here, right? Okay, so can't is the worst word that's spoken or written, doing more harm here than slander and lies. On it many a strong spirit broken, and with it many a good purpose dies. How many times have we just known that there's something we should do or we want to do? Not even should. We shouldn't should on ourselves, right? Not even should. How many times is there something that we know we want to do? It's our heart and soul, and it's our life purpose, and we tell ourselves that we can't. I'm guilty of it myself. In the first episode on this channel, or it would be the fourth episode in this channel, I explained that I told myself I couldn't do things because I was going to be judged, and my own fear had stopped this channel. And I'm living proof that happens, right? We've all done it at some point. It robs us of courage we need through the day. It rings in our ears, and it laughs when we falter and fall by the way. The irony of all of this is that it is us. We laugh at ourselves. We ring in our ears and send ourselves warnings all day. Whether those are bona fide warnings or not is an entirely different matter. Can't is the father to feeble endeavor, the parent of terror and half-hearted work. if we really don't have our heart into what we're doing and we tell ourselves that we can't do it, we're not going to be able to do it. I think it was Henry Ford that says, if you tell yourself that you can't do something, you're right. So it weakens the efforts of artisans clever and makes the toiler an indolent shirk. So artisans and people that create tell themselves that they're not good enough or they can't create something, and so that they don't even try. And the indolent shirk is literally a lazy person who walks away from work. So it says it makes the toiler an indolent shirk. So somebody who's toiling, or somebody who is going to try to do something, if they're too lazy to even talk themselves out of their own lie, they're just not going to try. It poisons the soul of the man with a vision. It stifles in infancy many a plan. It greets honest toiling with open derision and mocks at the hopes and the dreams of a man. Again, it's saying if we talk ourselves out of things. And in this day and age, we have so many things in our media and so many things in our relationships that they help us, right? Well, you're not good enough, you're not pretty enough, you're not rich enough, you're not smart enough, you're not big enough, you're not small enough, you're not loud enough, you're not quiet enough. Pick one. There's something for everybody in our society and in our media that is set up to tell somebody that they can't do something. Doesn't matter who you are. There's a flavor and a color for everybody on this, and that is a pandemic in our society. It's poisoning everybody. We have all, at one point in our life or another, all had to face this and deal with this. I'm coaching and teaching other people how to build life skills and understand life lessons to move on. And even I have a hard time talking myself out of that voice a lot. I'm getting a lot better at it. The most important thing now is to recognize that that voice is there, because once you understand that it's there, you can take steps to understand the lie that it's telling us or telling you, correct? Okay. Can't is a word none should speak without blushing. To utter it should be a symbol of shame. Ambition and courage it daily is crushing. It blights a man's purpose and shortens his aim. We shorten ourselves. We tell ourselves we will go as far as we tell ourselves we can go. Olympic athletes don't go to the level that they go to because they tell themselves that they're average. They go to the Olympic level because they tell themselves that they're Olympic and they're gold medal winners. That is what they tell themselves they can do, and that is what they work themselves towards. Despise it with all of your hatred of error. We hate being wrong. So let's make sure that we're right about can't is lying to us. Refuse it, the lodgment it seeks in your brain. Don't let it sit there with free rent, right? Can't is not allowed free rent. We're just going to not leave it space there. Arm against it as a creature of terror, and all that you dream of you someday shall gain. I do Tony Robbins courses, and one of the things that he teaches, and we're allowed to copy from him, is that the understanding that people who haven't changed, or people who don't want to change or won't change, they simply have not had enough pain in their life to give them the motivation to do otherwise. So this is arm against it as a creature of terror. If you turn the word can't into that monster that you just do not want to deal with, you're going to learn how to do things other than say can't. And it's really that creature of terror. We shouldn't be afraid of the fact that we are talking ourselves out of our purposes. We are talking ourselves out of our dreams for no other reason than believing a lie that we're telling ourselves. Can't is a word that is foe to ambition, what I just said. An enemy ambushed to shatter your will. Its prey is forever the man with a mission, and bows but to courage and patience and skill. When you push through the patience and the skill and the courage, there's no room for can't. It has to go somewhere else. Hate it with hatred that's deep and undying, for once it is welcome, 'twill break any man. Whatever the goal you are seeking, keep trying, and answer this demon by saying, I can. We can do anything we put our minds to. And sometimes it doesn't look exactly like what we thought when we started. When we get to the end of the journey that we were on, we might have to change course a little bit, but we can still do wherever we decide to go. The only way we're not going to get any close to going there is if we tell ourselves we can't in the first place. So the life work this week is just ask yourself, what is that voice in your head constantly telling you that you can't do? When you try to do something or you say you want to do something, what does it tell you that you can't do? Does it tell you that you can't lose weight? Does it tell you that you can't write that book? Does it tell you that you can't go on that hike that you want to go on? What is it that it tells you all the time? And what is one thing that you know that makes that word a lie? What is one thing you can do to take a step towards the I can? I love you all. Thank you, and we will talk to you later.